Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the most inspirational podcast in the land, The Masterpiece. Today, our guests are two masterpieces of inspiration, hailing from Canada, Miss Marie Pontinini. She's here to discuss her challenges as a bodybuilder while being diagnosed with MS and Ehlers-Danlos. Please stay tuned to hear her story.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, Marie. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Hi.
Hello, thank you for joining us from Canada. I'm pretty sure it's cold, but thank you for your time. You come out to support our goal of inspiring people to get active, to stay active, to be inspired, and to be an inspiration. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. So let's get straight into the show. So can you tell us a little bit about how MS and Ehlers-Danlos impacts your body?
So MS they both two degenerative illness, chronic illness that have no basically there's no cure for any of them. So multiple sclerosis is pretty much affecting the connection between the brain and the body. In my case, I have most of my lesions in the frontal lobe, so it affects a lot of my cognitive. And Ehlers-Danlos, I have the hypermobile type. So with that means it's a genetic condition, a rare illness, where the gene for the collagen is deficient. So the collagen that I produce is not working. So it affects, honestly, the whole body, from the internal organs that moves places, the joints that are pretty flexible, the skin that tears apart, the blood vessel explode. So it really affects the whole body. But in daily life, besides the subluxation and dislocation, I would say there's a lot of fatigue and chronic pain that is really, yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I know when you receive these diagnoses, but overall, how has these illnesses changed your perspective on life?
A lot. I think it allowed, for me, it was a great blessing because it allowed me to see a completely different side of life. Before, it was everything about my career. I had no time to live. I had no time for friends or boyfriends, or it was really just the focus on the career. And now that I cannot really use my brain because of the cognitive impairment, it really forced me, I had to stop my career. And it really forced me to just enjoy life and see what is there and appreciate everything that I have. So it was kind of a good lesson of life and showing me, like, giving me a different side of life, literally. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, Ehlers-Danlos, I know I'm not saying it right, but it sounds very challenging. So how do you get into bodybuilding with that illness?
It started, honestly, because of the pain. It was in 2018, and after a year of constant pain that I was not able to go through or to continue with it, instead, because I realized this was my rock bottom and I was ready to just end things because I just couldn't see myself continue in that pain. And that's when I realized that this is my rock bottom. So that means if I survive this, that means I can survive pretty much anything. Okay. And that's when I decided, you know what, anyway, I'm in pain. So why not being in pain with something that I like, that gives me pride, and that I have fun. So I decided to really pursue bodybuilding as something professional and like a passion, like real intense training. Yeah.
Well, nice. Congratulations to you. So in the midst of the pain and all the challenges that come with bodybuilding alone, and on top of your illness, I mean, what's the most rewarding part of being a bodybuilder?
Uh, I would say the muscles sometimes, but I mean, the pride of the body, the pride of what you build, you know. But beyond that, I really like the what I would call the fitness family. When you're with people who train, it's like there's a mutual respect, and they, compared to a lot of fields in life where the disability is seen as a something not necessarily on the same level. With professional bodybuilders, most of the time, I get the same respect because we both athletes and we know the work that it took us to get there.
Yeah.
Obviously, the work may not be the same. Sometimes I'm not saying that it's harder for me, but yes, probably because the circumstances are different, let's say. But yeah, it's the respect is really fun, and it's fun to be part of that family. Of course, there's the little rewards that I would say it's smaller rewards, and they come really with drops. But sometimes, let's say, I remember at the beginning I was trying to do the captain chair, and every morning for 11 months, every morning I would try to do it with no result. And then all of a sudden, I was able to do 10 at the time. I was like, oh my God, I'm finally able
Nice.
to do it, you know? So it's small victories like that, but it means everything. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
Well, nice. Good for you. So you go through your prep and your process as far as preparing to be a bodybuilder. How does it feel to get on stage? And you finally make it to the stage, you're out there and you're presenting all your hard work. How does that feel?
It's really a priceless moment, honestly. Doing competition is everything. It's really everything. I did a few competition in Canada, but of course the Arnold was to a complete different scale. Much more people, spectators. And honestly, I think I was a little bit naive because I was not expecting it that much. So it was a good thing because I was not really nervous. But when I realized what it is and thinking of doing it again,
Oh, wow.
it's like I know now what it is and what it takes and how big it is, you know. But the time you're on stage and doing your thing, even backstage though. But I mean, yeah, the ambience of a competition is something you want to do again and again, you know. After that, yeah.
Nice. So I guess during your prep, or even just in your life, do you ever have moments of doubt? And if you have moments of doubt, how do you overcome those moments?
I had one not so long ago. So because I haven't been able to train for a very long time because of surgeries. So getting back at training is right now a little bit harder because I have to start all over again from the bottom and the beginning of the exercise. And, you know, and every time I try to go at the core of myself, you know, remember myself, remember who I am and what I've done, yes, but who am I inside as a warrior, I would say, as a strong person. And to remember I kind of remind myself, like, come on, you know who you are, you know what you can do, you got this, and just train, just do it. Nice. Eventually you're going to see results, but because I restart, I'm not at the same point that I was last year, let's say. So I just focus on having fun, getting back into the beat. Having fun is a good part, is a big part of it. For me, that it's important to stay connected, that you're here to have fun first and then the rest.
Nice.
Yeah. If I'm on a competition prep, of course, it's completely different because you know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
But without a goal, without a competition or something to look at, I focus on having the fun, being there for myself, enjoy. That's it.
So what impact do you want to have on the sport of bodybuilding?
I'd like for everyone to see that movement is for everyone. Of course, it's opening the doors in bodybuilding for every type of body, everybody, literally. Yeah. so that everyone see that it's also for themselves, if that's what they want, if that's what they like. um, I understand the different parts with the divisions, or like someone will say, like, if you're in the Olympia, it's not exactly the same. But all through that, I think everyone has their place. And the more we have participants, the more we have competitors, the more that we're going to have a division for wheelchair bodybuilding that can be separated for different type of people or needs or disabilities or illnesses. So the more competitor there is, the more the category or the division will have some credibility, especially for those who are pros on those levels, to give them back what the merit that they deserve for that division. So, yeah.
Nice. So, got a fill in the blank for you. You ready?
Sorry?
I said, I got a fill in the blank for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yep. So, fill in the blank. I could not be able to achieve what I achieve without blank.
I would say two things.
Okay.
There's completely different things, but well, no, three things. I'm sorry. Okay, my trainer,
Nice.
God, and myself.
Okay. So how does all those things work?
My trainer is the one who just believed in me and was like, "This is what you want. Let's do it." That's it for the Arnold. Myself, because since the beginning, no matter all the no's that I can hear, and no, 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 it's not possible, or it's not this or that, I just keep on going and keep believing that this is what I want, this is what I'm gonna get. And God, because it's, I guess, my protector and allows me to put things in front of me so that things can happen according to my journey, I guess.
Nice. Well, I would say you truly an inspiration to me. I mean, the warrior you are, and the challenges you must overcome to get on stage. I mean, I know for me personally, it's hard to get on stage with who I am. I can imagine the challenges you have. So, who's your hero? Who do you look up to?
I um I have a few. It's just that it's not one person that covers everything necessarily, Like, of course, I have Harold Kelly, that is a wheelchair bodybuilder, 6 times Olympian. And
Oh,
like,
wow.
for me, he's a really big model for that. But there's also a few other people that would see as models, but for different reasons, basically. Sometimes they are also pro competitors in bodybuilding, but for the challenge they went through or for what they overcame. But I don't have one person per se, I would say. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, with all the challenges you've been through, all the challenges you face, what is that? Where do you think that warrior spirit come from?
Stubbornness, God, the Sicilian blood, maybe. I don't. I see it. I've always been like that, even before or in different fields. I I wouldn't know exactly where it comes from, but there's a stubbornness of like the way I am and what I believe in and what I believe I can achieve, even though it may not seems to make sense. And I
Okay.
just keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So for your life and for all your experiences, what message do you want to portray to the world?
um that it's possible, that there is power in your weaknesses, that there is power in being vulnerable. Um yeah. And to embrace the lows as much as the highs, because the lows are what build the highs. The highs are just there because they happen, because you built it. But the lows are what matter most. That's where exactly everything is built, so that you can get a high. So to value when you hit a low, to value it, and while you're there, to really take everything from it that you can learn or that you can take from. Yeah.
Yeah. So other than, I guess, known as a warrior within, what have you discovered about yourself through bodybuilding?
Yeah, through the prep, I was surprised that I could do it, or that I could get the discipline to do it. I'm
Okay.
not a disciplined person,
Oh, wow.
even though like I can wake up every morning and go to the gym, but for me it's not the same. This is not discipline. This is like a passion, and I do it like an automatism. I don't allow myself to negotiate if do I go to the gym or not. But with the prep for the competition, that took more discipline, and I was really surprised that I was able to just get in the minding and do it. That's it. You just do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Nice. So years from now, when you look back in your life, your time on stage, let's say you're not bodybuilding anymore, you retire from the stage life. What do you want to be able to say about your life?
I did all the craziness I wanted to do. that I did everything that I wanted to do, or everything that I thought I could do. It's not necessarily to achieve it, but to believe that you can do it, or walk the path to get there. Because
Nice.
sometimes we don't achieve something, but we did what we had to do to get there, and we realize, okay, I cannot achieve it, or I failed, or something like that. But it's part of believing that you can do it, because otherwise you wouldn't try to do it if you wouldn't believe it. So
Nice. So I don't know if fashion is the passion of yours, and if so, if fashion is the passion, what kind of impact do you want to have in the world of fashion?
it is a passion. It's more for myself. I'm not a good advocate for that, but still, that the fashion is for everyone, and it's for every type of bodies, and that the companies need to open their mind and see that when they talk about, I will say, the white lady, or they're not talking to the majority. They're talking to a very small minority,
Yeah.
and trying to talk to body-able people only. It's a big minority. So that they need to open their minds to different type of people, different type of bodies, different type of minorities that are considered minorities, but the minorities are the majority.
Yep.
So to start talking to the majority of
So,
different body able people.
yeah. So are you any interest in being that voice for that population of people?
No, the fight is too big. There's so many fights with the disability. There's fights for everything, from accessibility, traveling, eating. It's everywhere. Honestly, it's surprising at what point there's nothing accessible in 2024, or it's really surprising.
Oh,
So
wow.
the fight is huge. I'm grateful for all the advocates that have that energy to fight and to constantly work on that. For me, with the illness takes, unfortunately, a too big part for me to be able to advocate, or to put energy on that, unfortunately. So I just try to enjoy it, and find my ways to do my fashion, and do my bodybuilding, and do my own stuff. Bodybuilding is something that I'm willing to fight for, in the sense
Okay.
that to advocate for, uh, to a certain limit, because the illness puts me limits that I need to respect now, that I cannot ignore anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So we'll be looking out for your bodybuilding. We'll be looking out for your personal fashion.
Thank
So
you.
so 2025 is around the corner. What's next for you?
Yes. More surgeries. Yeah. So I'm restarting to train right now, but I still know that within a month or two, I'm going to be in another surgery.
Yeah.
So, but I'm hoping, and I'm looking for the June, the Toronto Pro Show, which is the biggest one in Canada, the competition. Yeah, I'm really looking to do that one. There's also one in May for Wheelchair Nationals,
Nice.
but I don't believe I'm going to be able to make it. So at least the one in Toronto for sure. Yeah.
Well, we'll be praying for that. So
Yes.
that's what your heart desires. So we pray that you're able to get to the May show and the June show.
Thank you.
So your best motivational message. So before we get off here, can you leave us with your most inspiring, strongest motivational message?
Own your power.
Nice.
Because we all have power inside of us, but it's up to us to own it and bring it in the world.
Nice. Own your power, folks. You heard it here from Marie. So anyone you want to shout out? Coach, gym, trainer?
My coach, Rootfit. Wow. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just you're kidding me. Of course, Nick Scott, who's the chairman for wheelchair bodybuilding, but also he's been fighting since 2004 for that. So we owe it to him that it exists right now. And all the athletes who've been in the bodybuilding, in wheelchair bodybuilding, and have shown the credibility of the division. It means a lot. Shout out to every athlete that they might not be in the world considered as athletes because of disability, because of a condition that makes them not necessarily recognized as an athlete. But if they train, if what you do, you enjoy it, I think that's what matters most. So a big shout out to everyone who tries. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that message. I'll be sure to post it. And I mean, speaking for myself, you're definitely an athlete in my eyes, a true inspiration, a warrior.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of all that you have accomplished and admire that you don't make any excuses regardless of your disability. So wish you all the best. Happy holidays as we go through the holiday season. Hope to see you on stage in May and in June and in your fashion. So we'll be looking from a distance, supporting you from a distance, and we'd love to have you back on the show.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Vincent.
Yeah, thank you, Marie. Pontini?
Pontini.
Pontini. Okay, yeah. Got it. I'm sorry. So I always mess the names up. But thank you for being on the show. I don't know if you have any parting comments.
No, honestly, I really appreciate what you're doing, and please keep going as much as you can because the inspiration, I mean, like it may not be in our field, or it may not be directly our situation or our circumstances, but anyone who's doing beyond what is expected of them, or anyone that is pushing the limit, is an inspiration for others as well. So the message that they bring, all the interviews that you do, it's important for basically everyone because it can affect anyone's life. Yeah,
and I appreciate that. So I need some encouragement. So I appreciate that encouragement to stay strong and keep fighting the good fight. And if you know anyone that may be interested coming on the show, please share the information. I would
my pleasure.
Greatly appreciate it. So unfortunately, our time is up. Thank you for your time and your energy and your inspiration, telling your story. So, but this has been the masterpiece. Thank you, Miss Marie Pontini, for your time, for your inspiration, for your energy. Like I said, you have inspired me. Happy holidays. And our job here is to inspire, if not only one, to get active, to stay active, to be inspired. More importantly, to be an inspiration. Happy holidays. Until next time, the masterpiece is out.